like when I crossed that finish line, I knew that I could beat depression. Like, I don't know, there was just something that gave me so much hope with fitness, and I hated fitness. Like working out 4 times a week was miserable. So I love when our programs are like 4 or 5 times a week where people can fit it in. It's like, that's why I love job one. It's easy for people to wrap their head around. Now I love fitness. I'm an athlete, and if it's just 20 minutes, I'm like, can I do more? So, but back then that wasn't how it was. I went into finance. I got a degree in finance. I worked in the financial industry. My boss took me from salary and commission and put me on an hourly wage. And my student loans were coming due. I couldn't defer them anymore, and I needed something. So I started looking for a second job. I looked to become a personal trainer because fitness had become such a part of my life and helped me overcome depression. And then I was thinking about going back to serving, and I came across the coach opportunity. And I'm so thankful that my coach invited me to coaching, because if she had invited me to a challenge group, I would have said, I don't need that. Like my nutrition, my fitness, it's all good. I don't need what you have to sell. Please don't sell it to me. So for that reason, just side note, whenever I invite someone to a challenge group, at the bottom, I always say, I'm also, mentoring new coaches on my team if that's something that'd be of interest to you. So I always do a plug for coaching. And a lot of times I have people say, I'm not interested in your challenge group, but hey, I'd love more info on coaching. So just a little side note there. That's how I got started in the business. My first month, I earned $70. I earned Success Club. I have earned Success Club for 129 months or something. But that first month, I earned Success Club. I earned $70. Our income was different back then. It's much better now. And the end of my first month, I took a step back and I was like, I don't know if this is for me. Like, all of a sudden I wanted to pay off my student loans. By week 2, I heard all these coaches leaving their full-time jobs. I was like, I want to leave my full-time job. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go all in. I'm going to leave my full-time job. And then beginning of month 2, like the fear, the doubt, am I good enough? Does anyone else experience that? Am I good enough? Can I really make that happen? Started sinking in. I was like, who am I to think that I can leave my full-time job? Who am I to think I can make that happen? And I took a step back and I was like, all right, there's 2 options here. Option number 1, you quit. Very few people know you're doing this. Nobody's going to care. What's going to happen? You quit. In 5 years, you're having the same bad day. Option number 2, you go all in, take this pressure off that you have to leave your job tomorrow, even though you're like wanting to leave your job tomorrow, and believe in your ability to figure it out. Show up consistently, take action, believe in your ability to figure it out, and show up with that enthusiasm that this opportunity is a gift and it will allow you to leave your full-time job if you stick with it long enough and do the work. And so I made option number 2. I was like, that's it. I'm going all in, believe in my ability to figure it out. In month 2, I forgot to add this. I invited 400 people in month 1 for 3 people to say yes. So just so y'all know, I sucked. I was really bad. Those are really bad numbers to have 3 people say yes out of 400. But in month 2, I improved. I listened to National Coach Wake-Up Calls. My coach disappeared. So I haven't had a coach since then. And in month 2, I went back and re-invited and followed up with everybody from month 1, invited another 400 people. It's like 15 people a day. It's not that scary. It was scary for me though. Every time I hit send on the computer, I would run away and be like, hopefully they don't read that message. Hopefully they say no, or they just ignore it, because I don't want them to read it. Like it would make my heart race, and I was so nervous to invite people. But the reason why I did at least 15 a day was because if I'm bad at something, I want to get better faster. If it takes 10,000 times to be great at something, I didn't want to slow down that process. So I'm like, I'm going to do 15 a day so I can get through this suckiness even faster. And in month 2, I enrolled 16 new people. I went diamond, earned over $800 that month. Imagine if I would have quit after that. Oh, I only earned $70. I was really excited about the $70, by the way, because I knew that if I earned 70, math brain, I could earn 140, I could earn 280, I could earn 560, I could earn 1,080. So I knew the compound effect. And then when I saw month 2 of going all in and improving on my invites and following up with the people from the previous month, I was like, this is it. I'm leaving my full-time job. I dropped out. I was working full-time. I was training for an Ironman and I was going back to get my master's. So I emailed the school and was like, I'm dropping out. Like, see ya, this is what I'm doing. And I went all in on coaching. It took me about 1.5 years to leave my full-time job. I hadn't replaced my income. I had only replaced my expenses. But then by year 2, I was earning, Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income or any of that stuff. You got to work for it. But I was earning 6 figures or $2,000 a week by my 2-year mark. And I've had ups and downs, like all those elite years. I earned 1 year premier, so 9-time elite, 1 year, 1-time premier. And I've hit 5-star and fell all the way back down to diamond. I've done all those things. And I just share that because I think sometimes you look at coaches who have succeeded in the business and think, well, I can't get there because I got to 2-star and I fell back to emerald or whatever it may be. But we've all done that. I don't know any rank that I've got there and just stuck it, except for 7 to 10, because for some reason I just went from, I was stuck at 5-star for a really long time, got to 7-star, was stuck there for a long time, and then just went 7 to 15 really quickly. So that's a little bit about me. I am going to dive in. I have 3 main points for you guys tonight, and I'll open it up for questions at the end. So one of the first questions I asked myself when I was getting started was retail or residual income business. And a lot of coaches seem to be retail coaches. Nothing wrong with that. And that's great. You can earn a great part-time income. Over 10 years, you might be able to earn a full-time income as a retail coach. But if you're wanting to grow a big income, if you're wanting to create a lot of momentum in your business, you have to build a team. In order to build a residual income, you have to build a team. So I knew that I had to build a team. And then your confidence in building a team, that is what you're going to transfer to other people. So if you are lacking confidence and belief in yourself and belief in this business and belief in your leadership, you are going to transfer that to others, and it's going to be more difficult to grow your team. So today I want to dive in and help you guys with how do you create that momentum? How do you create that momentum and belief to grow a team and create that residual income business that I think most of you are after? Yeah? All right, we'll dive in. So number 1, and this is super simple, and you guys are gonna be like, why did you bring her on the call? This is not helpful, but commit to 90 days of doing your tracker to a T every single day. Number 1, and if you do nothing and take nothing from this call, do this, commit to the tracker for 90 days. And the reason why I say this, I'll get into it, but what program have you guys completed and followed it to a T? What program? Throw it up in the chat. What program have you completed and followed it to a T? Yeah, 90 days. I know. If you want momentum, I'm asking you to commit, right? MBF and MBFA. I love it. MBF. I have some people doing MBF right now. What? Okay, 80 days, 2B mindset. Keep throwing it up in the chat. What program have you completed and followed to a T? And then what were the emotions that you felt when you completed it? What were the emotions you felt when you completed it? Incredible. Hammer and chisel. And what'd you feel, Jessica? 9-week control freak. What did you guys feel when you completed those programs? Felt like shit. Super accomplished. Proud. Incredible. What else? Shocked that you did it and super proud. Amazing. Incredible. Doing it again now. Empowered. I love it. I want you all to feel those things in your business. I want you to feel those things in your business. And the confidence, the empowerment, the energy, the amazing, the accomplishment, all of that are things that you can feel in your business, but you don't follow it to a T. Every day we have a decision. Every choice either helps our confidence or it hurts our confidence. In month 2, if I quit, I would have decreased my confidence account that I was ever going to get out of my full-time job. But in month 2, when I made the decision to commit and go all in, I increased my confidence account. When I ask you to do 90 days of the tracker. Very few coaches will do it. And the ones that do will message me and tell me, oh my goodness, I feel like a badass. I enrolled this many people. I helped so many people. I know I can do this. If you say you're going to get off this call and you haven't done your tracker and you say, okay, Kristi, I'm going to commit. I'm going to get off this call. I'm going to go finish my tracker for the day before I go to bed, before my head hits the pillow. Do you think tomorrow you are going to wake up feeling more accomplished, more empowered, and more enthusiastic to do the business activities that are going to create those goals and dreams for your life? Yes. Yes or yes, right? You're going to feel amazing. If you get off this call and you're like, I'll start that thing tomorrow, you've already decreased your confidence account, because there is still time today for you to get that tracker done. And the reason why I ask you to do that as well is because I have coaches on my team. I had a coach, she's a 5-star diamond coach, and her income wasn't where she wanted it to be. And I asked her, I said, okay, have you committed to the tracker for 90 days? And she's like, what do you mean? She's like, I hit Success Club. I'm like, I know you do. Have you committed to the tracker for 90 days? She's like, well, no. Once I hit Success Club, I stop. I'm like, so you basically are working 6 months out of every year. You want to grow your income, and you already are earning more, like double what you earned in teaching, and you want to grow your income, and you're telling me you're showing up 50% of the time? What do you think will happen if you show up for 90 days? She's like, I'll grow my income. And she did it, she committed, and she grew her income. So this isn't like, oh, if you're a 10-star or superstar diamond coach or 5-star diamond coach, like, oh, my coaches need to do this. Coach yourself. It starts with you. Next up, I know you guys are like, why'd you bring her? She is not giving me anything I wanted to hear right now. So in 90 days, I would love for you guys to message me, the ones that do go all in and finish this. Because see, the question is you can create momentum this year in your business. Are you willing to do the work? Are you willing to do the work? Will you do it? Number 2, commit to becoming the best, brightest, shiniest version of ourselves. When I started coaching, I would post, I was very victim mentality. I would be like, oh, why me? Why is this happening to me? Just like not a lot of gratitude. In my business, every step of the way, like when I earned $70, I was like, oh my gosh, this works. This is so incredible. I can't believe it. I'm going to leave my full-time job. I just earned $70. Most people are like, I earned $70. It's not very much. I didn't even cover my challenge pack. Like people say that. And I'm like, most businesses take 4 years to break even. Like you're going to work your butt off, invest $500,000 and work 40, 50, 60, 70 hours a week for 4 years to not make a dime. In fact, I invest in a lot of real estate using my Beachbody income and invest in businesses and things. And we were looking at a business. It was $25,000 a month to run this business that I was looking into. I had to sign on disclosures, but I can't tell you what it was, but it was $25,000 in expenses. I was like, I just saw COVID shut everything down. That business would have made zero, and the $25,000 in expenses would have still been there. I'm like, this business is the lowest risk, highest reward business that exists. And if you understand that and get so fired up about that, you're going to show up differently, because you're like, everybody should be doing this. Everybody should be earning extra income, if not leaving their full-time job, if that's their goal. So who do you want to become? Do you want to become the kind of person that complains when things aren't going your way? Here's another story. In November, it was November 15th, and I was at Success Club Zero. I've never been at Success Club Zero on the 15th of the month, and I don't know how many years. And it wasn't for lack of trying. I was inviting, and I was doing all the activities, and I was showing up, and I was super enthusiastic. And I had 5 returns. 5 negative points. I was like, on one day, who does that and how does that happen? Because I never have returns. Like, I don't know the last time I've had a return. And here I am, negative Success Club points, middle of November. We all know November is not the best month for fitness. And I was like, all right, well, this is really happening for me. I know it is, because I'm going to get creative. I'm going to figure it out, and I'm going to change some lives that I wouldn't have changed if I didn't have these returns. So I'm going to go out there. I'm going to talk to a lot of people. I ended up hitting Success Club 25, not a bad month. In 15 days, Success Club 25. The women that started in my group started with Muscle Burns Fat. I always start people with a shorter program, Muscle Burns Fat, 21-day fix, job one. And they all finished 100%. When does that happen, right? 100% of the people that started with me in November finished the program. I had a choice in that moment. Do I look at the problem that's right there? I'm at negative Success Club points. No one's responding to me. I was like, no, this is a challenge. Let's go. Who is the person that you want to become? Whatever roadblock is in your business right now is an opportunity for you to grow. Whatever roadblock is in your business right now is an opportunity for you to grow. It's not a slow month. I do not let my team say, oh, it's a slow month. No, it's a growth month. It's a growth month. It's a month that you got to get creative. It's a month where you're going to try something new that's going to explode your business. We always get to decide when we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. What is the perspective that you are giving to your problems? If you haven't read the book, The Obstacle is the Way, one of my favorite books, so if less people are responding to me, I have more time to be creative. I have more time for content. I have more time for invites. I have more time for follow-ups because I'm not in my inbox because no one's responding to me. So that way I'm able to plant more seeds. Like, use every adversity that comes your way is an advantage if you use it. And see, what most people do is they don't think about who they want to become in this business. So adversity comes their way and they let it stop them. Use adversity to your advantage. So who do you want to become? Be the coach that you want to attract. Do you want to attract the coach that has negative points and sits around complaining about it? Then complain about it and you'll attract those people. And in that moment, I was like, oh, this is good because my team doesn't think anything bad happens to me. I'm going to go show them how I take this situation and make it a positive and grow my business and create momentum and earn income. And then I'm going to turn around. And you know what happened when I did that? I shared that story with them. And I hadn't earned Success Club points yet. I said, hey guys, I'm negative points, but I'm going all in. I'm going to figure this out. Here are all the ideas. This is what I'm going after. And the next week I was like, all right, guys, I'm a Success Club 10. I did it. Here's what I did. And I shared with them what I did. One of the coaches on the call was like, Kristi, I was almost to diamond and my whole team canceled. She goes, I heard your call and in 4 days I got back to diamond. 4 days. Be the coach you want to attract. If you want to attract the coach that makes excuses, make excuses. If you want to attract the coach that commits to 90 days of that tracker, commit to 90 days of the tracker. If you want to attract the coach that goes emerald every month, you go emerald every month. If you want to attract the coach that goes diamond every month, you go diamond every month. When I say that, I mean, one of my goals is 8 new coaches and 2 new emeralds every month in my business. That's one of my goals. I had to enroll 2 coaches a month. And then when I got great at that, I set the next goal. Okay. If you're comfortable in your business right now, you're attracting comfortable. And I know nobody wanted to hear that, but if you are comfortable in your business right now, you are attracting comfortable. Go get excited about trying something new. Number 3. Now this one is where I'm going to get into your plan. I'm going to need you guys in the chat because I have quite a few questions for you. And this is talking about really growing your team, creating momentum. Because in this business, if you are hitting Success Club every month, if you're enrolling 3 people, 5 people, 10 people every month, and you continue to do that month after month, but you're not growing your team, your income isn't growing, right? Like, you're replacing, but what you need is you need coaches to partner with. So if you enroll 5 coaches this month, I want you posting about coaching. So 5 customers, 5 challengers this month. I want you posting about coaching and loving on them and explaining how inspiring they are and planting the seed of coaching so that next month you're transferring those challengers to coaches. And now they're bringing in 2 to 3 new people. And that's going to duplicate and create momentum in your team. So in order to do that, How many times per week are you guys posting about coaching? Throw up in the chat. How many times per week are you posting about coaching? Oh, I love that. Every trail is an opportunity to overcome. How many times per week are you posting about coaching? 0. 0. 3 to 5. Nice work. 0 to 1. 0. At least 5. Melissa, I love it. 0, 0. A few times a week on my stories. 1, 2. Recently, 0 to 1. 0. All right, so now that we got really honest, see, the thing with growing this business, the thing with getting to the next level, the thing with creating momentum in 2022 is you have to be really honest with yourself. Really honest with yourself, right? How many times per week are you now going to post about coaching? I will share with you before you answer that. I try to share about coaching in some way every single day. Whether that's in a post on my timeline or something in my stories, but every day I'm sharing something about coaching. Every day. And, excuse me, my dog, she's going through all this stuff. There's a post at the end. It's like, I don't have to take time off to give her medication 5 times a day. I don't have to take time off to take her to the vet 5 times a week. Like, I didn't have to worry about her staying in the ER for almost a week. Like, all of those things, I'm sharing about that constantly. Like, I'm going through this crisis and I'm like, y'all should be doing this because I wish more people had the options that I have right now to take care of her. Right? So how often, now that I've shared that with you, are you going to post about coaching? Every day. I love it. Whatever you guys can commit to, but it needs to be more than 0. 3 to 5. 4. At least twice a week, if not more. 3. Every day. We'll definitely try 4 to 5. 5. I love it. The reason why I'm asking you guys to do this is the challengers that I started in December, 2 of them have already enrolled as a coach. You want to know the crazy thing? I didn't invite them. All I did was love on them and help them get started with this program. And I talked about coaching in my stories and on my posts. And because I'm working so closely with them, they're watching my stories and my posts. They're like, okay, I'm ready to do that. I want to be one of your mentors this month, your mentees this month. So they watch, right? So it makes it that much easier to transition to people to coaching if they know that they can do what you do. And some things that you can talk about with coaching. Why did you become a coach? Why did you become a coach? I tell that story all the time. Almost 11 years later, I'm always telling everyone why I became a coach. And a lot of you aren't sharing why you became a coach because you think it's too small. Who thinks, well, I'm not earning $1 million and I'm not a superstar diamond coach, so therefore I can't post about coaching. I just saw a hand go up. It doesn't have to be big. One of my favorite stories that I shared when I was a new coach was my very first month, or my second month, my very first week of my second month, I went to the gas station and I was able to fill my tank and I didn't have to check my bank account. I was like, this is the first time I've been able to fill my tank and not have to check my bank account. Usually I'm like, all right, we got $50 in here, so I need some money for food. We're going to put $20 in and hope I make it through the week. Like, hopefully that's enough. Probably not going to be. Hopefully I get paid soon, right? And I shared that story. So simple. Why did you start? Why did you, if you started, told yourself accountable, if you started to lose weight, if you started because you want to be part of the community, share that. Those little stories are the stories that connect with people. Me saying superstar diamond coach doesn't mean anything to anyone else. Me saying elite coach doesn't mean anything to anyone outside of Beachbody. Me saying that I earn what I earn is not relatable. People are like, no way, she's fake. That's not real. The money's not real. I don't think she does that. Like, they don't believe it. They believe when I say I started this for $500 a month. Yeah, she just says, Beachbody changed my health and my life. And I truly believed in it and decided, why shouldn't I share this? But even though I have helped many, I still don't believe I'm a leader. I have to start believing. Yep. All right, next thing. If you don't ask, now see, if people don't reach out to you, I've talked about coaching every day for years. So it is really easy, much easier for people to know that they can do what I do. So I do have more people reach out to me. But I do invite. I still, if I'm behind on my goals, I will go and invite. So if you don't ask them, someone else will. How many invites per week are you sending to coach for coaching? How many invites per week are you sending to coaching? All of a sudden, everyone's like hiding behind their cameras. Zero. Is this eye-opening, Kristi?
What'd you say?
Is it eye-opening?
Yes, it is. Yes,
yeah.
it is.
Yeah, everyone's always like, how do you create momentum? How do you grow your team? Like, how do you recruit? These are questions I get a lot. And it's doing it. It's taking the action, right? And I get it. Inviting to coaching. So here's how I think of it. Challenge groups. I love our programs. I love Shakeology. Our nutrition programs changed my life, made nutrition so simple. I love them all. Like, I am so rock solid on my nutrition, and I eat donuts, guys. Like, I love our programs, but they can go get fitness anywhere. They can go get fitness anywhere. There are two things that make our opportunity special. One is the fact that we can earn an income doing it. I don't know any company out there that allows you to grow a team and build a residual income that has fitness and fitness on subscription, right? And nutrition and supplements, like all of the things. So the business opportunity and you are the two things that separate. But you're not even marketing the things that really separate us. So talk about coaching, and it'll be easier for you to do the inviting to coaching. The thing I want to challenge you guys to do, because I can tell you to go invite to coaching and you're probably going to be so scared you won't do it. So what I want you to start with is, when you send your challenge invites, at the bottom of the invite, I want you to say, I'm mentoring 3 new coaches this month on my team. If that's of interest to you, let me know. I'm helping 3 new people earn extra income using their fitness journey. If that would be of interest to you, let me know. Can you guys add just a simple sentence to plant that seed of coaching? Yeah, okay. Oh, Kristi, you're planning on inviting. Did you send them a coach invite script or something? What was your coaching thing, Kristi? What is she talking about?
I have a little message board, and I just sent in boxes of what I feel like has worked, anything that's successful for them to make in their own words. So I'm trying to, and I told our team that I'm trying to get much better about doing invites. I know that you and I have been following each other for years, and I never used to send coaching posts. I would only do it privately, but I'm actually getting out of my comfort shell, and I want to try to make it to 5 a week. That is my goal. And this call is amazing for me. It's just because you just make it so easy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's right. You're just creating it. You know what I mean? Like, you're able to take care of your sweet little one. She's so cute.
Oh, thank you.
So she's precious. So it's really, you know what I mean? You make it a lot easier, I think, than when we have in our head.
Yes. That's why this call, it's very, very simple. I am I keep everything so simple and so basic. I'm not fancy. Anytime I see coaches out there doing like really fancy stuff, I like get overwhelmed and I shut down and like nothing happens. So I just keep everything so simple. Like, what am I going to do every day? It's the tracker. It's the tracker. With how many invites are you committed to sending for coaching? That I want you guys to commit to something, whatever that number is for you, but you need to commit to something, because if you don't ask them, someone else will. I'm going to go through with you what I say when I'm inviting to someone to coaching. I compliment them. So why do I like them? Which is, people love to be complimented. Pour into people, pour belief into them. Why do you like them? So number one, compliment. Number two, I share a quick 1 to 2 sentence story. And in that story, it's what's in it for them. What's in it for them? So for example, this opportunity has changed my life by not allowing me to have to wait for the weekends to live. And I no longer have anxiety on Sunday nights. I just shared my story, but if I know a little bit about them, and if I know they work a full-time job, if I know they want to be home with their kids, that story shows what's in it for them, right? And then the last thing I do is I ask them if they're open to learning more. Are you open to learning more about how to earn extra income using your fitness journey? Or have you ever considered using your fitness journey to earn extra income? So are you open to learning more, or have you ever considered? And people are going to tell you no, or they're going to not respond to you. Usually people ghost me. I don't get a lot of no's. I just get a lot of ghosts. But remember, most people, you're going to have to ask them 5 to 12 times before they say yes. So what I do is once someone says no, I continue the conversation. I don't ever just stop. Like they say no, I'm like, awesome. Can I leave them with something? Can I ask a question about something I saw on their social media? How can I engage with them? How can I create conversation? I have done that before and had someone say, okay, yes, send me more info after just talking with them and digging deeper and asking questions. And the last thing I have here today, I know very, very simple. And one of you already said this, you're not enrolling people because you don't think you're a good enough leader. You're not enrolling coaches. You're not inviting to coaching. You're not posting about coaching because you don't think you're a good enough leader. So what I've done is I keep it really, really simple with my new coaches. People want to know how much you care. They don't care how much you know. They want to know how much you care. So I add them into a group message pod. I have them introduce themselves. I have them share what they want to get out of coaching. And then I direct them to training. And for me, I have a 10-step coach checklist, which I could send to you guys. But the basics are like commit to a fitness program, commit to a nutrition program, become the best challenger. What is Emerald? What is Success Club? Here's the tracker and how to use it. It is that simple. That simple. And then it's really building that relationship with them. If they're struggling with something and you don't have the answer, that's okay. You borrow belief from Kristi. You borrow belief from your coach. You borrow belief from this team. You go into another message pod that your coach isn't in and you say, hey, this is their question. How do I support them? Or what our team does is we have a new coach mentorship every month and the leaders lead it. It's 1 training a week. Every Tuesday night, we do a training, and it's the first week, we make them write a list of 100 and we walk them through inviting. We get them, like, your goal is to enroll 3 to 5 people, and here's your list, and now we're getting to work, and we're having you get to work. Week 2, we do a training on getting to Emerald, and we share with them how to get to Emerald. Week 3, we do a training on Success Club. We share with them that Success Club is their first goal, and then we talk about Diamond. And I forget what week 4 is, but they're in a mentorship message pod. All of them. Our brand new coaches enroll people because they don't feel like they have to know anything. They can just dump everyone into the message pod. Like, you put them there, we will train them, and it's just a simple training on Tuesday nights, and then they can ask questions as much as they need in that message pod. So you don't have to know it all. You just have to be one step ahead. I'm sure most of you know how to use Share a Cart. Unless you're a brand new coach. Yeah, right? You're one step ahead. Because I'm like, I don't know what's going on with Share a Cart. I use links forever, but I'll figure it out. When people ask me, I'll go in there and try to figure it out. You don't have to know all the answers. I still don't know all the answers. We have coach relations, we have a coach office, you have search, you have a team. So borrow belief from the team and share stories. Sharing with your coaches how scared you were to invite them, or how scared you were to invite in the first place, or how scared you were to put a social media post out, and how you overcame that is going to help them more than you knowing everything there is to know in this business. But in order to grow a team, you have to start doing it. That's where the confidence doesn't come without you taking the action. Right? You're not just going to be like, oh, I feel like I'm the best leader in the world. You have to go out there and talk about coaching and post about coaching, invite to coaching, get new coaches started. When I got my first new coach started, my coach had already disappeared. And I was like, shoot, well, now what do I do? I just signed this person up and I don't know what I'm sending them. So I started Googling. I knew what Emerald and Success Club were. Where's an Emerald training? Where's a Success Club training? All right, I'm sending them an Emerald training, a Success Club training. Here's the tracker. Here's what you need to do every day. Once you get through these trainings, let me know and we'll jump on a call. Boom. It's like, there's my new coach getting started. Right. I had no idea what I was doing. They had no idea that I didn't know what I was doing. And what was incredible about that is we really ran together. And when I went diamond in month 2, I think I had 5 to 6 emeralds that month. I had no idea what I was doing, but it was the energy and the enthusiasm that I brought. And I asked one of my coaches, I said, why did you sign up with me? She was my very first coach. I said, why did you sign up with me? She goes, you shared with me that you had replaced Shakeology with your donut and coffee every morning. True story. So I was saving money. It was a replacement cost, not an added cost. I had lost 5 pounds. And I said, I'm going to use this opportunity to help enough people and leave my full-time job. And I said, yeah, but you asked how much I made. And I said 0. I had earned 0. I was very honest with that. She goes, you knew where you were going. You knew where you were going. You have to be so confident that you know where you're going. You don't have to know how to get there, but you know where you're going. And that is all I have for tonight.
This is so good. I love you.
Thank you for all your feedback. That was really helpful. I just wanted to clarify, I didn't feel like poop. I felt like the shit. Like the shit.
I love it. I was like, I haven't had that response.
I didn't want you to think I felt badly. I just felt like I could conquer the world. So
yes.
When I made my first $30, I was like, oh my goodness, I made income. Like, you would think it was $100. I was totally flawed that I actually got a direct deposit. So I need to ride that wave when it comes and use it as momentum instead of listening to that self-doubt talk, kind of like, oh, you made $30, whoop-de-doo. How are you going to inspire someone else to sign up to be a coach? So sometimes I take that and I turn it into a negative when I should really be using it as momentum to propel me forward. So I need to stop talking myself down.
Yeah. So I love that you brought that up, because when it's not that I don't have the negative thoughts or doubtful thoughts or any of that. When a negative thought pops into my head, I write it down right away. Like, what is this fear that I'm experiencing? What is this fear? What is this doubt? And then, so right away, write it down. Number 1. Number 2, what is the opposite of it? What is the exact positive opposite of this doubtful thought that I have? And then number 3, what affirmations can I use to reaffirm the opposite? And what questions can I ask myself? So I will come up with questions like, okay, for example, when all those returns, right? What happens when you have this expectation, you hit Success Club by the 15th and you don't hit it and you're in a negative, you're like, oh my gosh, I suck. Everyone's just going to return it. Nobody's saying yes. Everyone's saying no to me. Like, that's the story I'm telling myself, right? So I sat down and I was like, okay, what's the opposite? That you crush this month, that you inspire a lot of people because you took adversity and made it your advantage. And then what's the plan? What are you going to go do with that? Does that make sense? Awesome. I'm glad you clarified though, because that's how I want you to feel in your business. I want you to feel like the shiznit in your business, and you can. And so, but it really does start with us becoming the coach that we want to attract. So committing to those 90 days of that tracker and going all in on that. Any other questions?
Thank you, Kristi.
You're
Really,
welcome.
this call was gold. I really appreciate you. I hope you get feeling better.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you, guys.
amazing.
Have a great evening.
So glad to have you as my friend.
I'm so glad that we met. We met at a Success Club trip.
We did. Long time ago. How many years ago did we meet?
Oh man, it was a really long, because it was I feel like it was an early, I don't know, 2014, 2013.
Yeah, it was early.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had fun. I think we stayed, our rooms were right next to each other.
Yeah. I had to walk by your room.
Yeah. Well, have a
Thank
blessed
you.
evening. Thank you so much for taking the
Thank
time
you,
to pour
guys.
into all of us.
Of course.
Bye.
Bye.